What's the deal, man? It's your boy Fast Traffic Records. Shout out to KT, Oregon and Park. Now let's get into this reaction. I ain't never seen it before, so we're gonna watch it together for the first time. Let's go.
Rap music mogul Jay-Z revealed as an accused rapist in a civil lawsuit initially filed against Sean Diddy Combs. The two stars, now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at an after-party decades ago. I have 7 shocking details from the suit and what Jay-Z, Combs, and the accuser's lawyer are all saying about it. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Jay-Z, of course, is one of the biggest names in rap music, and he has been a longtime friend and associate of Sean Diddy Combs. Now he's being revealed as the name behind Celebrity A in a lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe from Alabama, who claims that Combs and now Jay-Z raped her in the year 2000. And in a bit, I'm going to tell you what both Jay-Z and Sean Combs are saying about this.
Now, off the bat, that shit is crazy. A 13-year-old accusing these dudes of rape is wild and off the rip, but just the fact that it was in 2000, we talking about 25 fucking years ago. Where you been and what is going on with this? All right, let's keep going.
Saying about this lawsuit, so stay tuned for that. Combs is currently in federal custody, accused of racketeering and sex trafficking, and he's pleaded not guilty to those charges. The sex trafficking charge filed against Combs relates to allegations made by his ex, Cassie Ventura, that he forced her to take part in freak-offs, days-long sex acts with male sex workers. Cassie had originally filed a civil lawsuit against Combs in November of 2023. That suit, of course, was settled in record time within a day. Before that,
you get that? So 2 years ago, they settled out of court, meaning he spent some paper, some hush money, you know what I'm saying? And that shit blew over. All right, keep going. Let's see what the fuck.
Combs's lawyers say that Cassie's lawyers had made an offer to them that they could buy the rights to a book she was writing for $30 million in exchange for it never seeing the light of day.
Wow.
Cassie's lawsuit and the subsequent settlements.
I'm sorry. So, Celebrity Cassie was dating Diddy, and she wrote a fucking book that Diddy's lawyers offered her multi-millions of dollars for her to not release the book. That tells you a lot right there. What the fuck was in that book? You know what I'm saying? Probably cold hard facts. No Diddy. All right, check it out.
Seemed to open the floodgates for other women to file civil lawsuits against Combs. More than a dozen have been filed, including one by a Jane Doe in October. At the time the suit was filed, Combs was the main defendant, and 2 other celebrities were listed as Celebrity A and Celebrity B. Celebrity A was listed as a man, and Celebrity B, a woman. Now attorney Tony Busby, after some legal back and forth with a demand letter and dueling lawsuits, says Celebrity A is Jay-Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter. The suit begins. Defendant Sean Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. P.D., a.k.a. Love, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present.
That's crazy as fuck right there. Just for that to even be a story, whether it's true or false, is already banana land. You leaving a huge event, you these 2 huge people, I mean, you should have been able to get any damn near woman you want at that point. It just doesn't make sense. The shit don't add up.
Present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences.
For anyone who's the victim of a recent...
Let's skip a little commercial break.
Alone at the top of a skyscraper, the supply...
Plaintiff says she was 13 at the time in January of 2000 when she said she went to the MTV Video Music Awards at Radio City Music Hall. She didn't have a ticket, so she approached limo drivers who were parked outside hoping to get in. The lawsuit says one of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs.
Now hold on right here. This is shady off the rip. The chick that's claiming that she got raped by these, graped by these, moguls, legends, millionaires, etc., didn't even have a fucking ticket to the event where she supposedly got assaulted at afterwards. She's outside begging people to get in. Now, my spider sense tells me something funny about this chick off the rip. You over here begging begging outside security people to get in, and you got some ticket through a limo driver. Let's see where this goes. I'm not buying it.
The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said that she fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event. And
now hold on. The driver said she couldn't get into the event, but he gonna keep her to bring later to the after hour shit as if that's his job. Is that his job? What y'all think? Or do you think he was really a weirdo? Because Diddy didn't bring her to the event. They saying the driver brought her talking about, oh, you're the type Diddy likes though. He likes them underage, so we're gonna keep you for that. This is just all weird. It's like, hold on.
That he pick her up after and take her to the after party. While the woman says she was outside the VMAs talking to the limo drivers, inside it was a big night, particularly for Jennifer Lopez, who was at the awards show with her then boyfriend, Sean Combs. They were a hot couple back then.
Jennifer Lopez is inside with Diddy. Jennifer Lopez at the time was like top tier, you know, some shit you would want to be with supposedly. And you think this dude went from being inside the event with J-Lo to ending up graping this 13-year-old who was begging to get in on the outside? This shit is not adding up. Why are you going to go ahead and leave your actual wife or girlfriend at the time, J-Lo, to go fuck off with a 13-year-old? This shit don't add up to me. Sound more like the driver was more interested in the girl than anybody. But keep going.
And Lopez won the VMA for Best Dance Video. She was on top of the world that night. The woman claims that night, outside of Radio City Music Hall, she got into a limo with someone affiliated with Sean Combs. That suit says, after approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at a large white house with a gate U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement, informing her that she could not discuss what happened at the after party. She gave them her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. The Jane Doe described...
Now, if you got to go to a celebrity's party and you got to sign something saying you can't talk about it, there's a number of reasons that could be. That don't automatically make it shady. Maybe he don't want his business to get out that he has freak offs, or maybe he don't want his wife to find out that he was fucking or whatever. There's a lot of reasons why you don't want people to know what goes on inside your party when you're an A-list celebrity. But all right, keep going.
Seeing celebrities, but those people are not named. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated throughout the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink...
Now, hold on. She don't know what the shit tastes like, probably because she's an underage girl and never had no fucking mixed drinks. Anyway.
Plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs and or his agents/employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. And these are the photos included in the lawsuit that show a small plastic container that the plaintiff claims contained drugs at the party. The woman, remember, who claims she was 13 at the time, says she felt woozy and went to look for a place to lay down. She claims she found a bedroom that had just a large bed in it with no other furnishings. And what she describes next is incredibly disturbing. The cases I cover each day here on Crime Fix show you just how scary the world can be. And one of the scariest things that can happen is if you ever get hurt. But I want you to know, if you're ever seriously hurt or in an accident, your case could be worth millions. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. The firm has...
You ever notice when people get in trouble for shit, they always put the pictures of them looking like a dog when they're talking about them so that you can connect the dots. Like, oh, I bet you he did do this. And you catch a picture of somebody when they roll out of bed after working all night in the studio, their hair is looking like a mad scientist, they're going to look like whatever you call them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Don't let that go over your head. But
the suit states, soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the
He said, "You are hot and ready like Little Caesars. Let's go."
bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her, while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter was finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched.
Is it just me, or is this a lot of details for somebody that's supposedly so out of it they can only make it to the nearest bed and collapse? But you know all these details, right? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take anybody's side. The math seemed like a lot of this was written by her fucking lawyer or something. You feel me? Let's keep going.
Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken
Punched
aback,
him in the
Combs
neck,
stopped his
Combs.
attempt. The allegations in this suit are very disturbing, and Sean Combs is denying the claims being made by the woman, who's now around 37 years old. Combs and his legal team said in a statement, "This amended complaint and the recent extortion lawsuit against Mr. Busby exposes his barrage of lawsuits against Mr. Combs for what they are, shameless publicity stunts designed to extract pay."
Is it just me, or do I wonder what the fuck that now 37-year-old accuser, what her IG be looking like, what her motherfucking social media is like? I bet you could tell if this whole shit is true or false by the type of crap she be posting. All right, let's go.
Extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. As his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. And Jay-Z posted a lengthy statement on
hope
X
he didn't traffic
calling
no
the
adult.
allegations
Shit.
heinous. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny, in all caps. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. Jay-Z then talks about his family and the toll this will take on them. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions.
Now look, this is just my quick 2 cents on it. Before No Diddy became the new pause, you feel me? There's always been reasons, there's always been suspicions of him doing weird shit. And before, he was known as the one that's dancing in all the videos and just always doing sus stuff, always taking pictures on the beach too close to guys and just stuff that a guy's guy don't really do like that. But he's always had odd stuff about him. And then Jay-Z, I never knew nothing just really weird about him per se. But billionaires always are a little different, especially if they ain't doing just a stupid lot of philanthropy and a whole lot of like helping their community. You a billionaire, you got a power to do extra a lot. So if you're not known for that, it shows you could be a little off. Then on top of that, when Beyonce was already super famous and rich, like at the tail end of her career, she was starting to drop that demonic type music and stuff that like only young, hungry, broke people would be doing, trying to make it. You already made it. What are you trying to steer the youth wrong for? And you're married to a billionaire and y'all so up, you should be trying to maybe take a pay cut at this point and steer the youth right. So that greed always made me think about them. Like, there's a chance that there's a hell of a lot we don't know about them. All right, keep going.
questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment,
ambulance
thinking that
chaser.
all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We protect children. You see.
I'm not from your world. You could take that in two different ways. Now, for the record, I believe a lot of what is said about Diddy just because, like, we all seen that video of him beating the dog shit out of Cassie in the hallway. You know, the fact that his lawyers paid her not to release a book. I mean, look, you could write whatever book you want about me. There ain't a thing on God's green earth you could say about me that's gonna, like, make me feel different. Because if you're lying, a lie can't, what the fuck, you're lying. And if you're telling the truth, well, you see what I'm saying? So if you're paying millions to have somebody not release a book when people know you was with this guy, it's like, she might have been credible. Jay-Z and all that, I don't know. But I want to see what y'all think in the comments because, hey, it's all
You
speculation.
seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. And lawyer Tony Busby, who filed the suit in the first place, is firing back also on X. Regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she sought only a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and will litigate the facts in court, not in the media. I want to bring in Nima Rahmani. He is an entertainment attorney, and he's been following the whole Sean Combs ordeal very closely. So, Nima, your thoughts on Jay-Z being revealed as Celebrity A in this lawsuit? I know you and I discussed this a few weeks back.
And Jeanette, I'm not surprised. You and I have speculated, as to who this might be. And I think it was really telling when Alex Spiro and Quinn Emanuel filed that extortion lawsuit against Tony Busby. It's pretty well known that Spiro represents Jay-Z and Rock Nation. So it was the most likely celebrity, and now it's been revealed that the allegations are indeed against Jay-Z.
I think it's interesting, too, because Alex Spiro came out swinging about a month or two ago when something came up about Jay-Z and Beyonce on a Piers Morgan show. And he came out, sent some type of letter to Piers Morgan saying, you need to retract this, get rid of whatever was said about my clients. And he did it lickety split. And then that was kind of a big red flag that Jay-Z was on the offense or on the defense and on the offense, trying to play a little bit of both. So, but the thing is, Jay-Z is saying this isn't true. He's filed a motion to dismiss this suit. He is not taking this laying down. He is saying, this has emboldened him to
not taking this laying down. No Diddy.
Give in and pay one red cent. But this woman is claiming this was Jay-Z and Sean Combs who raped her as a 13-year-old girl. So how do we get to the truth of the matter here?
Yeah, what a
So
lie
what you would
detector's
want
at.
if you are Busby and this now woman's lawyer is ideally you have some sort of
Where the lie detector at with this? Why can't we just do that? That's very concerning.
corroborating evidence and a contemporaneous report. It can be challenging to bring these types of cases decades later. Now, it's really going to go in one
What
of two
is he
ways.
wearing?
We saw it with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. This is either the first of many
Hey, look.
lawsuits.
He looked like he's trying to hypnotize a child with this fucking outfit.
that are going to be filed against Jay-Z, or this is a one-off. We know that it can be Weinstein, it can be Cosby, it can be Epstein. Oftentimes, abusers abuse more than one victim. And I'm not saying any of this is true, but if it is, there may be more than one victim here. And if others do come forward,
Yeah, I mean, look, what other type of offensive, what other type of offensive behavior does a person only do to one person? They don't do that. People that be beating ass be beating other people's ass. They don't just beat one guy's ass and then put their gloves down. You know what I'm saying?
sometimes it's hard for jurors to believe one victim in a he said, she said type situation. But when victim after victim is telling the same story of physical and sexual violence, that's very hard for jurors to overcome.
Yeah.
We still don't know who Celebrity B is. There's been a lot of speculation about that. You know, we don't know who it is. We know it's a woman, and she so far has not been unmasked. Tony Busby has not revealed.
And then it's like when you got accusations like this against you, somebody's calling you a grapist or a pedophile or whatever, you feel me? You don't go take off to Miami. You don't go do anything other than just do your rec. Now, not to say that he might not already be just going to Miami all the time. We got to remember this. But at the same time, it's like, you should just clear that the fuck up immediately. There should be no like dead space where we're waiting for your, you know what I mean? And then his apology that came out over the Cassie video, that was just so late in the game. Like, you putting that out only because we all saw it. And it was just like.
Celebrity B's identity. What can we take away from that?
Yeah, so Celebrity B, there's a lot of speculation out there. I mean, obviously we know who Diddy was dating at the time, and I think that's who a lot of people think it was. But, you know, obviously we weren't there, and it's just innuendo and rumors right now. But that individual, from a legal perspective, the allegation is that she was a witness. She was not a participant. Witnessing a sexual abuse is certainly terrible. But I don't know necessarily if there's any legal claim against her, although I'm sure Celebrity B does not want to be unmasked and wants nothing.
If you're just a witness to this sexual whatever, what are you doing messing with this person after? How do you have enough info to write a whole book? Now, sorry if I'm missing the characters up here, but like, how are people around for 25 years? You know what I mean? How are you around for months after, days after, years after? There's no police report. You just a witness now to put in your 2 cents later is like, I don't know. That shit is weird.
To do with this, just like most individuals right now want to have nothing to do with the Diddy allegations. And if it's Diddy and Jay-Z, I think that same logic is going to apply.
Bet.
So Jay-Z wants this to go away as quickly as possible. We saw what happened when lawsuits were filed against Sean Combs,
He's
or
trying
at
to
least
hypnotize
the
you
initial
with
one
that
by
shit.
Cassie. Are we going to see more lawsuits filed against Jay-Z in the coming days?
I think the coming days and weeks and months are really going to be telling. You know, having represented a lot of victims of sexual assault and abuse, there is a hesitation to be the first one because it can be terrifying to go up against a rich and powerful man with a lot of assets and unlimited resources, right?
Now, that's a good point. A lot of people know the backlash they could face from playing with somebody's name, even if you're telling the truth. If you go shedding somebody's dirty laundry and they're a billionaire, it's nothing for them to put $100,000 in somebody's hand. That's like literally nothing. And, you know, we all know people that'll do it for a band. So get the fuck out of here.
Might get dragged in the media, right? So, but once the first person files the lawsuit and you kind of see it, there is this strength in numbers, and that's what Me Too is all about, right? So I don't know. It's still too early to know. Is this going to be a Me Too type situation for Jay-Z and the entire music industry, or is this just going to be one accuser? And I'm not saying that I don't believe the one accuser, but it is a very different case in the courtroom and the court of public opinion if there's many, many accusers. So I think that's going to be the big determining factor in this. And ultimately, if there are a lot of accusers, what does that mean for Jay-Z's business dealings, right? He is someone who produces the Super Bowl halftime show. What does the NFL do? What are other celebrity do? What does Beyonce think of all this? Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does, it's certainly a game changer here.
Jay-Z is certainly not taking this lying down, and he's fighting back as much as he can in the courts. Nima Rahmani, thank you as always. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Anjanette.
And that's it for this episode of Crime.
Hey man, look, I got a lot to say about this, but we're gonna have more content like this coming up soon. Let us know what you think in the comments. I'm your boy Fast Traffic Records out the mud. Shout out KT, Oregon and Park, and we out of here. Pew.